Hey everybody, gonna try and do an interview slash Q&A sort of thing, but the only difference is I'm sitting here by myself, so I'm just gonna make up some questions and answer them. For the channel, of course, Deceased Estate music. How did Deceased Estate music all begin? Well, first the band. And how did that all start? I just started a new job at a recycling plant and met my cousin for the first time, who's related to my stepfather, Zane Styles. And we just got talking. What bands do you like? And we just listed off band after band, and we should start a band. It took some time to figure out, what we're going to kind of actually do. And one day Zane sort of just came up with the name, saw it in the newspaper, thought that'd be a great name for a band. And I thought that works for me on so many fucking levels. Awesome, sort of thing. And it took us a while to sort of figure out what we were going to actually, what kind of music we were actually going to make. I was thinking, heavy metal, but Zane didn't really have that kind of voice for it, he just does not have that kind of voice. Then one day I came to band practice and he just started singing like this and talking like this, and I thought, that's what you should fucking do. You should do that. Let's do that. And then I started to learn more about punk rock, and he started teaching me and showing me a hell of a lot of bands, and it was just a whole new area for me because I didn't really know too much about punk music other than the Sex Pistols. I knew a little. So that's kind of how it all kind of came about. And then we were kind of like, we need two other people to join us, and Zane had these two friends, Nick Hines and Andy Ferguson, and I didn't like them at first. I didn't like them. I was like, really? Are these the guys? And then after a while, after hanging out with Nick and then coming up with really simple stuff, because I knew he wasn't the greatest guitarist and he could only he had limitations. So I sort of brought myself down a little to their kind of level and just came up with really basic stuff. So that's pretty much how it all came about. What's with this Johnny Grit? Johnny Grit is a fictional character, guys, okay? No different from freaking any of the artists that are out there. Alright, I needed a theme, I needed a name, and I figured let's try this Johnny Grit thing, since we like the Old West and all that sort of thing. It kind of had a ring to it. So I started tagging all my old music, not all of it, some videos, started tagging a couple of videos under Johnny Grit, and we're trying to get the ball rolling with Johnny Grit. And it's not going too well at the moment. I mean, I've got other things on the mind at the moment, focusing on, bread and butter. Need a job, an actual fucking job. So that's what's got to come first. Home, my partner Lucy, and job. So, once we get a handle on all those three things, then I can probably throw myself into the hobbies and the interests in the music. I mean, I'm handing that out for free. There's not really a career going on here. It's just passion. I love music and I really enjoy being undiscovered and unappreciated. I've managed to sort of wrap my head around it, and I kind of like how I'm going about things. Yeah. Remorseless. Let's talk about fucking Remorseless. Remorseless is fucking awesome. Best thing that ever happened to me. And I didn't like death metal. Believe me, I hated the fucking shit. That's because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand a lot about it. You know, like I knew it was metal, right? So I got that, you know, and it's brutal and all that. But like, I was always a fan of bands that have clarity to a lot of their screams and growls and things like that. And death metal don't got no clarity. It does a little, and it wasn't until Sebastian, the lead singer, just kind of sat down and said, "Look, man, I know what I'm doing. I know the genre, and he really stood his ground. You know, I would say just a little bit of clarity. And he already sort of had a little bit of clarity with some of the main sort of titles of the songs and the choruses. I was just a little more clarity. But you know, he kind of stood his ground and said, "Look, man, no, look, I know this shit, this grindcore shit, and this is kind of how it goes." And it took me a while to sort of get used to that. Um, it's the band that got me onto the stage, performing live to an audience. It's the band that got me into the venues, and it's the band that helped me understand kind of like fucking the roots level of things and how you sort of got to go about things. Even though we didn't really have an idea of sort of how to go about anything except maybe putting together a set and you know, performing and all that. But you know, I wanted to learn more and do other things, advertising, video clips. It just never evolved that far. But it's great to see Sebastian with his band Blood Bomb and a few other projects that he's done. I fucking love him. Yeah, I honestly love that man. He's just fucking awesome. I love talking to him. I love sharing with him. And I'm excited to maybe put together a track with him. He said yes, so you know I've just got to get my shit together, and maybe we can put together something really cool. I've got an idea. Yeah, Remorseless, and shout out to everyone else. You know, they were great. Best time of my fucking life. You know, so Remorseless. What else? What else can we talk about? Uh, Bloodshot Most Wanted. Well, it's the Johnny Grit thing, isn't it? Me and Liam, bass and drums, it all started there, you know, and we've got a real heavy appreciation for Metallica and that formula, you know, kind of thing, that style. We were more Metallica heads than Megadeth kind of heads, but we were definitely Pantera heads. So we were Metallica, Pantera. Just for a long time, it took me a while to sort of open up to other stuff like death metal, and I was seeing a person at the time. She was into a lot of gothic kind of music. Was into Marilyn Manson. I wasn't really into Marilyn Manson, but I started watching all these videos, and all of a sudden, I just kind of like, I just thought, I don't know, like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm watching Marilyn Manson. I really shouldn't be watching this sick shit. But I watched it and I really enjoyed it. So ever since, um, ever since then, yeah, I've sort of just broadened what I'm into, sort of thing, thanks to a girl who helped me sort of just loosen up and got me into other things. Wednesday 13, 9 Inch Nails, heaps of stuff. Yeah, that's enough about Remorseless and Bloodshot and Deceased State and Johnny Grit. There's Resistance Show 4. I believe that's still what they're calling themselves these days. I finally joined a band where I'm in a band with my best mate Liam. He's singing instead of playing drums. We've finally got a really cool drummer, the type of drummer I've always been looking for my whole life. Zach, known as Dez, he just had just a small handful of really fucking cool songs. They were kind of like peas and carrots, really simple, really basic. He felt a lot of it's a bit mediocre. and wants to explore sort of, I guess, more integral, more difficult sort of stuff. I'm his biggest fan. I'm everyone's biggest fan when it comes to all the people I've been in bands with. And yeah, like, and after a while, I guess he maybe got over a lot of those kind of tracks because he would say mediocre. They just feel a little mediocre, and I got that, but I thought that's kind of what we were doing, peas and carrots and all that sort of stuff. Outside of band, I'm not happy in the town I live in and where life's going, not working, and yeah, I just got tired. Gave up on jamming with Just This Estate, and eventually, the rest of the boys from RSF, we just weren't really jamming anymore. I wouldn't really say there was fallout or anything like that because everyone's still very close. The boys are still living with each other. I'm still in contact with these guys. And I love them to bits, of course I do. But yeah, for me, I wanted out of G Town and ended up moving to G Street here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. That's Goulburn Street. From Goulburn. It's a strange little coincidence, but I do enjoy my life here in Brisbane, and sure, I've had some ups and downs. We did gain employment and things were looking up, but we had to address some mental health issues. And I think it's important to sort of maybe be honest with my audience and talk about mental health. It's tough. It's tough, being creative and always having one foot in this imaginary world, whether it be writing songs or developing ideas, short stories, or just making up ideas for films in my head, or whatever it is. I've been doing it since I was little, and I'm still sort of caught up in that kind of imaginary world, and after a while, with being very sort of an aggro kind of person, it started to leak into my relationship, and even getting a little aggro with friends and things like that. But they're very forgiving, and I love them to bits for being sort of a little bit understanding that I'm a little crazy, I'm a little mad, I'm a little aggro, but it's tough to admit that I've got mental health issues. It's tough. I don't see fucking leprechauns or anything like that. But there are some sort of traits, and there are some issues there. And I'm happy to report that I'm doing a lot better right now. I've been in touch with the mental health services, and we're trying to get back on track. We're doing a little bit of soccer on Thursdays with the community group and trying to get that vitamin D up. Yeah. Alright, what else? What else can we talk about? 13 minutes already. I think I better wrap this up. Prevent the Fall, which is now sort of Johnny Grit. Chris Freebody, god damn it, I wish I could work with Chris Freebody every fucking day. I wish he was here with me right now. He really has a knack for mucking around with digital Tascams and things like that. And he is the reason why that track just comes off so fucking good. It's because he fucking knows what he's doing. And I'm pretty big on going with people that have more experience or know how to use things. That's why I kind of like to go into a studio instead of trying to record myself. I'd rather go with someone who's got 10, 15 years experience that I'm never really going to fucking get, who can do things that I'm not really going to be able to do, So that's why I'm big on going into the studio, and that's why I'm big on going through other people who have those skills. Music or whatever it is, it's all a collaboration. from, you know, writing the songs with the other members of the bands to, you know, working with fucking directors or whoever when it comes to making videos. It's all a big giant collaboration, and you really got to give credit where credit's due. So that's what I'm trying to do. And yeah, in a way, I am trying to create a theme with chaos and control. And when I look at Sebastian and some of the footage with the copper face mask that he's got going on, and I had a friend do a drawing. It wasn't really a friend. I was in hospital and this guy was doing a drawing, and I asked, could I have a fucking copy of that? That looks fucking fantastic. So, you know, cartoon sketches, you know, I'm trying to develop a theme for the kids, of course, you know, make it a little fun for people, but at the same time trying to still maintain some sort of realness. So that's kind of what's going on. We're trying to develop ideas. Yeah, I'm working with fucking sticks and stones. Even though it looks like I've got some pretty hot shit over here. Not really using a lot of that at the moment. I'm using this beautiful acoustic bass that I bought for $30. Cash converters. Getting back to where it all really starts, you know, chilling out, picking up the acoustic, you know, coming up with the ideas. Not so much jumping on the amps and stuff. And as for visuals and things, I'm just trying to develop something. And at the same time, give credit where credit's due. So, there you have it. There's my interview. This would be a first for me. Even though it's not quite a real fucking interview, I don't give a fucking shit. Take it.